Hello, welcome to the semifinals of GP Zakros, where I am facing off against my finals opponent from last GP, platypeople. Platypeople is on mono black control. This is going to be an interesting match, but I don't actually know how this one's going to play out. Going over platypeople's deck, they have a lot of enchantment-based card advantage engines: Earthly Pensions, Phoenix's Touch, and Path of Phoenix. I can't really interact with those, so I have to be the beatdown. I'm not going to be able to overcome this in the late game. But they also have Data Weaver, and if Data Weaver gets online with either Earthly Pensions or Corpse Pyre Fiend, it's pretty much game over right away. Luckily, I am the higher seed, so I do get to be on the play game one. Okay, and this hand's actually quite good. Yeah, I'd trade this Soul Space Refit for land number 3 if I could, but otherwise, this hand is excellent. Let me just make this card image slightly larger. Okay. I'm going to shock in Enigmatic Fen and Duress. Basically, the Boro engine is, as with my last match, Boro engine is my best path to victory. Okay. Downlink Overload, that doesn't do much against me. They can have that. Damn to Hell. They're pretty farm down here with only 2 lands in hand, so I think I'd probably leave them with that. They might not even have to cycle it. I think I take Path of Phoenix. That could get annoying. Yeah. I think it's... And... Okay. Well, I'm getting hit by an Exodus on turn 2. No, I can Agent Exodus on turn 2. That's very nice. They top decked a Phoenix's Touch. Well, that's annoying. I will discard a Soul Space Refit. That was their best possible top deck. It's possible Third Swamp was their best possible top deck. But I will draw a Primal Fissure, which I will play. That's my 1 of Primal Fissure. I'm going to pass the turn here. If they go for Exodus, I will counter of Agent Deception. Otherwise, I will not spend my mana. This is like medium suspicious. It could be Hang. But, if they just pass Crack Phoenix's Touch. Do I want to draw a land here? Not particularly. Okay. They could have no lands in hand. They could have 1. Okay. Look into library. Grab... I think Swamp. Yeah. Okay, so I don't get to Agent Deception, but I do... And I don't have an answer to this Data Wheel, but they don't have a combo for it yet, so... Okay, I'm glad I played that Primal Fissure now, because now I get Untapped Temple of Origins. And, good news, I get to resolve Boro. Bad news, it might take my second Sulfate Refit with Exorcist. That would be bad. But, hopefully I can find another Blink spell eventually. Gain 2, draw 2. Architect. Architect is great. Architect is effectively another copy of Refit. They crack Phoenix's Touch here. That is acceptable to me. Well, they probably did this because they didn't draw land, right? If they did draw land, they probably played Exorcist. If they get counter, whatever, opens the door for Data Weave. If they didn't draw land, then drawing the card becomes much more attractive, makes it much more likely they'll find a 3rd land this turn. But of course they didn't. They're going to miss their land drop this turn. They're going to miss their land drop and pass. No, they didn't miss their land drop. Okay, I could always hope, So this could be Data Weaver or Exorcist. Data Weaver would be annoying, or rather, Data would be scary. But it looks like it's Exorcist. Okay, quick splits. I don't want to show them Agent Deception. I don't want to show them Refit. I'm going to show them these 2. Maybe these 3? Probably not an enticing enough pile. They're almost certainly going to look in hand now. Yep. Sure. Honestly, not that fussed about them taking my agent of deception. They could kill a jellyfish. Nope, they drew another Phoenix's touch. That's very annoying. I'll discard this receive. Okay, so I know 3 of the 4 cards in their hand. It's still entirely possible they're landless. Hang is nice. Main 1. Okay, hang actually means I have... Yeah. Yeah, I play land, pass. If they try to go for Data Weaver, I can hang this, get back Agent, immediately play Agent if they don't play a land first. The other option is Architect, go for the blink right now, but there's absolutely no reason to do that. Pass turn. If they go land Data Weaver, I just hang the Weaver, refit my Boro. Okay, 5 cards, 3 knowns, 2 unknowns. Okay. They've gotten... Well, honestly, they've gotten lucky drawing Phoenix's touches. They're like very impactful cards in the early game, but I've had some decent stuff to discard. They know about this Soul Space refit. I take 2. I'm the beatdown. I can't care too much about my life total. Oh boy, I get to respond to this? Hang Exorcist. Yeah, now this is the kind of... This is tempo! Although they clearly don't have a 4th land. They'd have played around this if they had a 4th land. Yeah. Oh, they could have had Heap Ludicon. But they didn't. I don't know if Heap Ludicon. They missed a land drop. Things are... Everything is coming up, Chipmunk. Draw a land. I don't mind that at all. Remove counter. Add counter. Okay, the probability of them getting to cast Damn to Hell before I kill them is quite high. Like, my clock's not that fast. But I'm going to get so much value on the way there. Hmm. I have to cast the Soul Space Refit this turn. The question is, do I do the normal one, or do I do it off an Architect? Either way, I attack for 3. Okay, they don't take quite that much damage. They take 3, yes. That's certainly a way you could take 3. Okay, if I cast normal Soul Space, I draw... I get to have 3 mana up for whatever I draw. Which could be... Could be another agent, be a nice thing to have up. Could be a hang. Agent's the only thing that like I urgently would like it more if I drew it now rather than later. Alright, if I Architect, that puts 2 more power on the board. Let's probably get him for 2 for the Damn to Hell. Obviously, the thing I'd like to do is like, if I can hit this Damn to Hell with a Preemption Demon, that might buy me enough time to win off of it. But I think I'm trying to go for value here. Let's see. I Architect. I get another Jellyfish and an Architect. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power in play. I attack them down to 8. I play a land. Okay, you know what? I might actually have a reasonable amount of damage this way. And I might draw a tap land. So I should Architect first. Oh, I can also draw... No, I can also draw down, like, Architect first. Mill 1, 2, 3. Refit. Okay, and peek at card face. Okay, sure. Make a memory. attach. Shift this around. Enter trigger first. So gain 2 life, make 2 jellyfish, draw 2 cards. Ooh, Jetstream is super nice. Then leave trigger, jellyfish, probably swamp. Yeah, probably swamp. Lose 1 life. This goes to exile. And I can't spend this 1 mana, but that's okay. Okay, that's 6 power. They're at 14. They have no lands in hand. They have... This looks like another Data Weaver? Yeah, okay, I don't answer that one. Yeah, I guess if I left off Solar Reef, I could have refit Agent Deception here. That would have ended up being pretty good. But, okay, they get an Exorcist and a Hang. Neither of those, like, enormously impactful to me. And crucially, neither of those are a land. Land's probably the thing they wanted him most. Yeah, they're still stuck on lands. They are still stuck on lands. Untap and draw. Enigmatic Fen. Okay, I have options. So if I really want to kill Data Weaver, I can refit Architect, Architect for Hang. That's a 4 mana way to kill Data Weaver. Although, to be honest, the things under this that this Data Weaver can play, Exodus and Hang, do not, like, enormously concern me. Yeah. You know what I like better than that? Jetstream, leave up Jetstream, leave up Blink Soul Space Reef, leave up Blink Agent of Deception. If they try to go for Exorcist, I can just let them, right? Because they have like I'll go down to no cards in hand. No cards in hand while the Jetstream discard. You know, I hit them for 3. Or is that too slow? So one option, Soul Space for Hang, hit them for, but I only hit them for 4 because I have to blink Architect pre-combat. Yeah. And once I get Jetstream in play, they actually can never kill it, so long as I have Freight up. They need double Damn to Hell. So shock this in, swing 3. The fact that they missed another land buys me time to do this, and I can't play this swamp, unfortunately. If they attack with Data Weaver, will I double block? No, these are really useful as blink targets for Jetstream. Well, this game's going great, mostly because my opponent's mana screwed. Oh, they found a land. 2 knowns in hand, 2 unknowns, neither of which are lands. They play Exorcist Jetstream, discard refit to put a counter on it, let it resolve. 1, 2, 3. And then I have 9. Pretty close to just having lethal in that case. What else could they do? Yeah, any hand attack spell I can just respond by playing my entire hand. If they play like a Corpse Pyre Fiend, that's scary. I can, okay, but if it's any creature, I can respond by Jetstream Blink Agent of Deception. I guess Corpse Pyre, if I do that, then they get to hang my Jets. Okay, that's actually what I was afraid of. Actually somewhat annoying. Let me look at their graveyard. Anything useful in there? This is about to get super complicated. So I could Jetstream, and then Blink Agent Deception counter Corpse Pyre Fiend. Unfortunately, in that case, then they get to hang Jetstream, and I'm out of protection for it, because the hang's corrupted. Alternate plan, let it resolve. End of turn, go for Jetstream anyways. I could Jetstream Blink Architect, but I could only get back Duress. I can't get instant speed Duress off that, but it's not very useful here. I think I have to let this resolve. Also worth noting, they have Downlink Overload in hand, and I know about it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna kill Data Weaver on my turn. Blink Architect, replay Hang, but I can't kill it right now. Yeah, Architect lets me turn any Architect plus Jetstream turns any card into hand into any card in my graveyard, so I will always have access to Hang and Refit on my following Hang and Refit on my following turn. So in summary, I have to let this resolve. Um, the fact that they're mana pinched means it's not as threatening as it normally is. See, they could just cast an Exorcist. See, they can't use Corpse Fiend and play anything off it unless it's like a Duress or a Receive, both of which are fine by me. So I can let this thing be on the battlefield for half a turn. It's not threatening right this instant. There are no cards with cycling abilities in their graveyard, so damn to hell, if they find the land, will be for 5. But of course, they can damn to hell on my attack step to force me to blink Cruiser and not get in damage that turn. I'm also very close to just having lethal. 1, 2, 3, and this could be 7 power next turn. So that's 1 off lethal. They go to their end step. Okay, I'm going to cast Jetstream. They can hang it, and I'll blink. I can't activate the discard ability right now because they'll respond with hang. Okay. That goes into my graveyard, where it is actually a relevant piece of cardboard. Okay. Untap and draw. Murky Path. Well, it doesn't matter. All the cards in my deck do the same thing here. So here's the issue. I can Jetstream, Blink Architect for Hang, but then I'm out of cards for Jetstream. Oh, here's what I do. I can Jetstream, Blink Architect for Refit. That gets me to 2 cards in hand because I do leave trigger first. Then I can Jetstream Architect again for Hang Data Weaver. They can't. They don't. Corpse Fire Fiend can mess with Architect if they have the mana, which they don't. Actually, maybe I even just blink. Maybe I even just kill Fiend instead. Because like Data doesn't do anything about Fiend, and Fiend actually messes with me. Exorcist doesn't do anything to them for me. Fiend can mess with my Architect loops. Okay. Discard a card. Add counter. Remove counter. Mill 1, 2, 3. Those were completely useless. So that cost me 1, and then I spend 1, 2 more, refit. Leave trigger first. Do I sack agent or jellyfish? Agent is a counterspell off Jetstream, but I can't use it this turn. But like, does jellyfish make a difference here? I get in for 8 this turn. They go to 3. Phoenix's touch puts them back up to 8. Yeah, it does make a difference. Sack, lose. I think so. Both triggers result from the same event, so I can stack them however I feel like. Gonna pause like that before I go ahead. I don't like grifting people. Okay, sorry. Give me a moment, folks. Judge call. Okay. Okay, Platy's on it. Okay. Let's talk through this turn. It's a complicated turn. Assuming I'm allowed to do that, I end up with 2 cards in hand. I discard one of them to blink Architect and hang. Oh, but then I still don't have 1 mana left over to blink Jetstream. So I'm still not in a good shape against Damn to Hell. It's possible then that what I need to do is let them Data Weaver? No, there's no way that's correct. Okay, if I mill Downlink off of Architect, then I can kill Corpse Field and have a mana left over. Okay. Yes. Okay, yep. Judge has confirmed. I get to... Oh, another refit, sure. Attach. Attach. I get 2 more jellyfish and 2 life, and I draw 2 cards, and this gets exiled. Okay, this is so complicated. This deck is so complicated. Oh god. So if I want, so I can hang here. I can play land hang, but then I don't have quite enough resources to do all the things I want to do. I need to decide. Do I kill one of their creatures this turn, or do I leave up Jetstream Cruiser? I can't do both guaranteed. What's the worst thing Data Weaver Core? I can't believe I'm imagining letting them have Data Weaver Core. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen to me if they have that? None of the cards in their graveyard do anything. What about my graveyard? They can't cast Jetstream, they don't have mana. Yeah, none of the cards in my graveyard do anything either. Why do I need to kill their creatures again? Yeah. Yeah. I don't need to kill their creatures. I hit them for 9. Actually, I can discard Murky Path. Wait, no, I can only do this once per turn. Duh. Discard only once per turn. So yeah, I misplayed this turn. I should have I misplayed this turn. I should have attacked them for 6 instead of 5 with Jetstream. I could have had a counter on it as I did this. 2 cards in hand, and I have access to Jetstream. I can Jetstream for Hang, I can Jetstream to protect itself, I can Jetstream for Duress. Oh, I could have Duressed on their upkeep. That was actually an option available to me, but that's not useful. No, they can just get back whatever I take from them. Okay, well they need to blink. They gotta blink first here. So first of all, they didn't draw a land. They, I think, have no outs. When they did draw a land, they try to kill Jetstream plus Jellyfish. I blink Jetstream. I blink Jetstream. They gain 5, and they die. Yeah, I think I'm fine here. Not the cleanest play, but I think I'm fine. Yep. Okay. That's basically how we have to do this. So, Exorcist, Sid's Calls. These are great. What's not great? Downlink has 1 hit in their entire deck. Let's not do that. And I need to be assertive. Receive is not assert. Receive and Demographer don't do much for me. Do I need all 3 Sid's Calls? It's possible that, like Syscall was good against the last version of Mono Black, like last month, but now that they have Data Weaver, I don't know if I can be the control against them to that extent. But I think it's still better than Receive. Is that even true? Maybe I want the Receive over it, just for efficiency. Yeah, I don't want to draw 2 Syscalls. I could draw 2 Receives. Duress is excellent. Hang is necessary. So is Agent. Jetstream, Preemption, Architect, Boro. Yep. Okay, 1 game away from finals here. Apologies for somewhat slow play there. I was thinking through the lines. This deck is quite complicated. There's a lot of different interactions and lines you have to think about. Let's talk about their sideboard. They have Click, not very useful. Pull of Titherus, maybe. Selice, kind of. Call Populous. Oh, that's pretty annoying. Yeah, I wouldn't like that. Duress, probably. Force Shutdown? Yeah, maybe. But like, I don't know, what's bad in their main deck? Maybe Laystones can come out. They kind of enable me. Pull of Titherus might not hit the things they needed to hit. They don't have any like silver bullets against me. I am expecting a forced shutdown, but I'm not that afraid of it. Like if they kill my Boro, they kind of did some of my work for me. Yeah, forced shutdown, by the way. Ooh. Call Populous? Call Populous kills Preemption, Exorcist, Architect, and Agent, so that's something I have to watch out for. Call Populous definitely a way they could try to pull back into a game. It's non-token, so it doesn't stop Boro. Um, and Jetstream's too big for it. That's probably their most impactful sideboard card. So if I win this match, it'll be first of all in my second finals in a row, um, and also I'll be facing Tree, who's currently, I believe, undefeated on Naya EO tokens. Okay, so that'll be an explosive match for sure. This hand looks perfectly serviceable. It doesn't have Boro. That's the main thing that's wrong with it. But I can't just mulligan every hand with a Boro, especially if it has Duress into Exorcist. If I'm forced to discard a card, it's probably Hang. Okay. Duress pretty good here. They did side it in. They duress my Duress. Sure. Fair exchange. Ephemeral Mire. Oh, Ephemeral Mire, so good. Love having this card. Play it and pass. So yeah, they're on the play, and they got the first duress. They're operating at a knowledge advantage. They could run an Exorcist here, and I'd be forced to show them all 3. What are we dealing with? As usual, beat down deck on the draw. You kind of have to assume, you kind of have to hope they slip up at some point. Like if they just spend all their mana every turn for the whole game, yeah, on the draw, I'm not coming back from that. So have to hope that they have an awkward turn at some point. Will it be this turn? No, this turn they're playing an Exorcist. They already know about these three cards. There's no point not showing them. They Exorcist my Exorcist. Yeah, they've taken my hand attack. And they're not going to play into Agent Deception, almost surely. Untap. Phew, Duress. I could Duress them right now, but the 3 drops, I guess Duress would stop him getting hit by Path of Phoenix next turn, which would be annoying. And it's quite likely a thing they could do. But I think I might have to let them, because if I Duress this turn and they have Data Weaver, it's so bad. And I should crack it now. I should crack the Primal Fissure right now. Don't give them an opportunity to respond to that. Yeah, this is leave up Agent Deception, otherwise hang Exorcist, get back Exorcist. Just hoping for not Path of Phoenix. Not, yeah, here. They're not going to play into Agent, clearly, so. Phoenix's Touch, sure. Discard land. Oh, right, forgot about that. And Earthly Penchants. I get back my Exorcist. Wow! What a draw! So I can play Duress right now, but I don't. I think I need to get ahead of their Duress and play Borrow while I'm still able. Also, they only have 2 cards in hand. They can both be lands. Like, there's no reason to Duress and miss or Exorcist and miss when I could run out Borrow. Big hit. Yeah, PTM is smiling on me today. I am having the revolution luck. Okay, 2 tap lands is not exactly ideal, but you know what? We take what we're given. Earthly Pensions first. They get a receive. You know what? You can have that. I'm just hoping they don't have like a Data Weaver. That would be annoying. They could easily have Data Weaver. They wouldn't have played it last turn. But what? I can't leave up Agent Deception in this situation, not with them having an Earthly Pensions taken away. Land in hand. 2 more cards. Probably not Data Weaver, because they would have played Data Weaver in hopes of hitting a land off my deck. But it could be almost anything else in their hand. This agent is rapidly outliving its usefulness, at least unless they get more blue devotion soon. Corpse Pyre? Ooh, Corpse Pyre. Okay, Porphyry Earthman is not the end of the world. Okay, they have 2 cards. They have Phoenix's Touch available. Refit. Wow. I really am blessed by PTM today. Okay. So they have 1 card in hand. It looks like they're leaving up Phoenix's Touch, or use Corpse Pyre Fiend. I'm gonna play this Duress this turn pretty much no matter what. Right? There are things in their hand it could easily be. Could be Damned to Hell. Damned to Hell's a card they could quite likely have in hand. I'd love to take with Duress. But I have to play a 2-drop this turn. I guess I could refit Borrow, and if I draw an untapped land, I could then play Exorcist. But I don't want to play Exorcist here. I want to play Duress. They could have Hang in response. No, they have Forced Shutdown. Nice. Good hit. Good hit. And they didn't do that on their turn. Interesting. So now they're empty-handed. They're going to get a card off Phoenix's Touch and probably a card off of Earthly Penchants. So I have to move reasonably fast. It's just pass here, though. Exorcist doesn't do anything. Leave up Agent and refit. Agent highly unlikely to do anything, but whatever. There's no particular reason to do it now. I am extremely willing to trade 2 damage for 3. I am the beatdown. They're going to Corpse Pyre Fiend some useful things for me. Okay, and now instant enchantment. Sorcery, Earthly Pensions is on, but they don't have Data Weaver in hand. I mean, they don't have any cards in hand, but they don't have Data Weaver at least. They're going to get 2 draws, maybe a third off Phoenix's Touch. Data Weaver is the card that is most scary here. I don't have an answer for it. And it. Okay. Well, the good. Yeah. Okay. They get a Temple off here. That's perfectly fine. They lose a life. They draw another card. They draw a card. This game highly likely to come down to Ephemeral Mire damage. Phoenix's Touch. Give that the K. I think I discard this Agent of Deception. It is so unlikely this does anything. Their most expensive creature costs 3, and they have Foiling Plan. I have no Blue Devotion and no way of getting Blue Devotion in the future. Land could be useful if I draw. Okay, Path of Phoenix. I think I'd like to respond with Refit here to get more cards in hand to make my decisions with. No reason not to. Oh, the heck of 2 draws from them. Okay, I get a memory. I get a card under it, which is something useful. Agent Deception. Not that useful. I get 2 jellyfish, 2 life, and 2 cards. Then I sack a jellyfish, discard. Okay, I don't need tap land. Move a life. And this gets moved over here. Yep. What do I keep? Keep Island to draw Jetstream. That's not nothing. Exorcist doesn't do anything. They have no cards in hand. Agent doesn't do anything. Is it Island? Is it really Island? Island feels so bad here. I mean, Exorcist at least is a 2/3. Is that really what I'm at right now? Hmm. Might just be land. How much is Ephemeral Mire to activate? It's 4 right now. I got 1 devotion. Maybe I just... Yeah, I think it's land. Mill. Land. Siscall. Okay. So I'm really hoping they don't find Data Weaver or Damn to Hell in this situation. But if they don't, I mean, just like hit them with Ephemeral Mire Ephemeral Mire plus Jellyfish is 6. That kills them in 3 turns. Faster. They can't turn off Earthly Penchants. So. Without Data Weaver, none of this integrating does anything. Are they considering whether or not to attack? I'm not going to block. Oh, could they give this flying? There's one flying card in the entire. No, if they somehow mill a Jetstream or a Preemption Demon, they're not attacking. Well, I wasn't blocking anyways. Syscall. Interesting. Okay, options: attack with Ephemeral Mire or play Syscall. It's gotta be play Syscall, right? Like, if I miss out on 3 damage this turn, does it affect the clock? It kind of does, right? Because it's 3, then 6, then 6. Okay, supposing it was 3, then 6, because then I have to sacrifice a Jellyfish. So it's, if I attack with Ephemeral, it's 6, 6, 6, 18, but they take 3 Earthly Pensions, so it's actually 21, so I'm over by a bunch. So, but like, if I don't attack with Ephemeral, it's 3, 6, 5 total, 14 plus 3 Earthly Pensions, so Ephemeral doesn't make the difference. If I play the land, I want 5 lands on the battlefield anyways. I don't know. Worse than worse can just draw 4 cards next turn, but. Oh, they do gain 2 off Path of Phoenix. Ooh, that makes things slightly more dicey, but I still think this was the play, even though it's annoyingly inefficient. There's so many things they could draw that would, like, stop me from having lethal there. Any removal spell instance for Ephemeral Mire would do it. Sure. No Day Weaver, no Damn to Hell. All the other things I can mostly deal with. They draw 2 cards, as they do. Oh, right. And I lose 2 off of Path of Phoenix. Attack for 3. Makes sense. Oh, Force Shutdown. Okay. Well, the good news is they take 2 off that, so it effectively does the damage Mire would have done anyways. None of the cards in my graveyard are super dangerous to let them have off Path of Phoenix. I guess they could take a Syscall, but they can't activate it. It takes blue mana. Untap. They're leaving up mana, possibly Phoenix's Touch, possibly Hang. I draw Hang myself. I'm saving that for Data Weaver. Absolutely. I don't care about Corpse Pyre Fiend. I'm saving that for Data Weaver. Which annoyingly. So once again, I could attack with Ephemeral Mire. Or I could leave up Hang. The card in the hand is not a land. They would have played it. The card in the hand could be Hang. If they do, they hang my Ephemeral Mire, and I'm like mildly sad about that. Other 2 mana instants in their deck. Oh, they don't even have Hang in their deck. Why did I think they had it? It could be the 1 of Downlink Overload. But no, I think they just left up Activate Phoenix's Touch. Like, maybe the cards in their hands like Force Shutdown plus, like, Damn to Hell, no 5th land. Well, if they cast Damn to Hell, I'm dead anyway. There's no way I can beat that card. Attack for Ephemeral Mire, put you to 7. Next turn, sack Jellyfish. Attack, attack, put them to 7. Earthly Pension, put them to 6. They don't find any way to gain life. There's none in my graveyard. There's none in theirs. They don't draw it. Turn after that, I attack them with Ephemeral Mire. I have to sack a jellyfish, but I attack them for 5, put into 1, Earthly Pensions kills them. That's gotta be my best out. They take it. Okay. Cracking Phoenix's touch for them does not increase the clock, but it doesn't matter. So they should probably crack Phoenix's touch here. I guess it means if it goes 2 more turns somehow. Like if they have downlink for Ephemeral Mire. If I spook them out of cracking Phoenix's touch, that's good. Cardinal could be Damned Hill, could be another passive Phoenix, for instance. But this is upkeep, and this is main phase, so they die to Earthly Pensions before Path of Phoenix saves them. Obviously, if they find Damned to Hell plus land, untapped land, in their top 2 or 3 cards, plus the card in hand, then I lose. But, if they don't do that, then I win. They could also find Removal Spell for Ephemeral Mire, which would be exactly Downlink Overload. They want my Syscalls. Okay, those are not useful to them unless they also find untapped blue land, right? Or, yeah, blue land of some kind. Sure, they can have those. Okay, they didn't crack Phoenix's Touch, which is the thing I was mostly afraid of. What are you going to do with this Earthly Penchants? Preemption Demon. Non-land permanent, can't hit Ephemeral Mire. Whatever. If they have, this is the turn. 3 cards in hand. Are those 3 cards untapped land? Damned to hell. Oh, they can get the untapped land from. No, this is cast. This is cast. They can't get untapped land from my graveyard. Has to be from their hand. They take refit. Does this do anything useful? They can blink. They can't blink Path Phoenix. The timing doesn't work out. They can blink my Bora. That's not good for them. They could blink Jellyfish. They'd have the land. Uh-oh. No Damned to Hell, please. I guess if they don't have Damned Hell, they refit Jellyfish. And then I have to sack Jellyfish. And then they go to 1. 1 plus 3 plus 1 is 4. 1 plus 3 plus 1 is 5. So they're alive. Super tight game. Yeah, if I didn't play the Syscall, they would have forced shut down my Jellyfish, so it would have been basically a wash. Instead of them taking 3 off Mire, they take 3 off Mire, they take 2 off Shutdown, but they save 1 off Jellyfish, so it's the same either way. If they have Damned Hell, surely they just pop it off. So if they refit my Jellyfish, then, as I say, I sack Jellyfish, I attack them down to 2, pensions them to 1, then I have to fade 1 more turn of Damned to Hell. Exorcist. Sure. Means they don't have Damned to Hell. That's what matters. Do they see the line? Yep. They do see the line. They get a memory. You get a memory. They put damn to hell under that memory. That'd be hilarious. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see what happens. Untap. Draw. Architect. Well, I don't have a choice but to discard this to borrow. New life. And yeah, I'm going to hit them for... The card in hand is clearly not damned to hell, so they once again get 2 bites at the apple. Earthly Pensions and Draw Step has to be exactly damned to hell, or they lose. Sure, I'm done taking game actions. Can they beat their own Earthly Pensions? Oh, they have Corpse Power Fiend here. Whatever. I don't believe Data Weaver doesn't even solve the problem, right? Data Weaver can't mess with Ephemeral Mire at all. And Data Weaver can't turn off Ephemeral Mire by killing Boro in any way. Path of Phoenix. That's not going to be fast enough. Okay, damn to hell right now. Or die. Oh, wow. No, it's nearly it, but it's not enough. If they play Boro, they go to 3. Boro puts them to 3, but then they still die to Mire. So even Data Weaver for Boro doesn't do it. Okay, Swamp is one of the cards in hand. Is one of the cards damned to hell? One of the cards was in hand last turn. That card wasn't damned to hell. If they had it, they just leave it up, probably play it on my turn. No, absolutely not. What if I draw a Preemption Demon? If they have damned to hell, they should play it right now. Not let me draw a Preemption Demon. And ha! Is that the damned to hell? It's damned to hell under the memory. Costs 7. They can't play it. What a match! GG. Okay, we are in the finals again, having knocked out Platypeople again. Uh, after 2 rough control matches, next matchup's going to be very simple. Can they kill us before we stabilize? I'll see you guys there, and good night.